bean sprouts? Oh.
Like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot.
Everything is viral. I mean, at amazing speed.
That's our show. Join us tomorrow night at 11. Here it is, your moment is...
More to get some new teaching equipment.
Yes, my world map is so old it still shows the Earth is flat.
To wait. What her family got through should never have happened. Unless Congress acts, it could happen again. So tonight, let's stand up for families like hers. To my friends across the aisle, don't keep this waiting any longer. I thank Vice President Harris for being an incredible leader, defending reproductive freedom. And with all due respect, Justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you provide. No clue about the power of women, but they found out when reproductive freedom was on the ballot. We won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024. Promise you, I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again. President, my predecessor, failed the most basic presidential duty that he owes to American people, the duty to care. I think that's unforgivable. I'm not going to let that happen. Just pay your fair share in taxes. The last administration enacted a $2 trillion tax cut. Republicans can cut Social Security and give more tax breaks to the wealthy. That's the proposal. Oh no. You guys don't want another $2 trillion tax cut? I kind of thought that's what your plan was. Well, that's good to hear. You're not going to cut another $2 trillion to the super wealth. That's good to hear. I'd be a winner. Not really. Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals?
Now, you should have said undocumented, but that's not a big thing, okay? What's the big thing about it?
No, I actually wasn't even going to ask about that.
I will not ban people because of their faith. I don't think any of you think there's no longer a climate crisis. At least I hope you don't. I'm taking the most significant action ever on climate in the history of the world. And America is safer today than when I took office. The year before I took office, murder rates went up 30%. 30% they went up. The biggest increase in history. It was then, through my American Rescue Plan, which every American voted against, I might add, we made the largest investment in public safety ever. I see a future where we restore the right to choose. I see a future where we save the planet from the climate crisis. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
News Jam.
So long, take your leave. 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 Take your leave, so long. Take your leave. Take your leave, so long. Take your leave. So long. Take your leave, so long. Take your leave.
They give semen samples in little plastic jars, which are now stored below Rockefeller Center underneath the ice skating rink. Wouldn't want to be there for the thaw. Ugh. I mean, it's disgusting. You know what they put in the water, don't you? Fluoride. Yeah, fluoride. On the pretext that it strengthens your teeth. That's ridiculous. You know what this stuff does to you? It actually weakens your will. Takes away the capacity for free and creative
A
thought.
covert operation by one country's operatives pretending to be from another country is
So
a
you ever
false
wonder about all these militia
attack.
groups, survivalist type kooks from the right-wing side? They say that they're defending the country from the UN troops. These guys are yelling so loud, my theory is, and this is a conspiracy, pal, that they are the UN troops and that they're in place. The infrastructure's ready, it's just a fait accompli. When the time comes, they'll just take over and we'll all be toast. Oswald, yeah, Oswald, that's what I said, Oswald. I mean, yeah, he said, I'm just a patsy, and that means that he didn't do it, right? Tell you the one about Armin said, hey, Armin, you've only got 3 minutes to live. Isn't there anything you can do for me, Doc?
Here
3
in
minutes.
the studio.
And the doctor says, well, Armin, I can boil you an egg.
It's cold.
I guess not. All right. Did you ever see those advertisements like, got milk? Hey, open up. Open it up. What's going on in there? Open it up. Son of a bitch. Eat beef? I mean, that's kind of like saying smoke cigarettes or drive cars. I mean, it's real generic. It's like, the guy looks at me and he says to me, you think you're living in a free country? You think this is a democracy? Of course it's not. Websites, newsletters, self-published manifesto, they think we're kooks. I mean, George Bush knew what he was saying when he said New World Order. Remember those three little words, New World Order? Well, he was a 33rd degree Mason, you know, and as ex-director of the CIA. You know, they're saying that was Sam's conspirologists everywhere spinning their wheels, and they destroy their own credibility. Don't get me wrong, sister. I'm sure your heart's in the right place.
I mean, it's disgusting. You know what they put in the water, don't you? Fluoride. Yeah, fluoride. On the pretext that it strengthens your teeth. That's ridiculous. You know what this stuff does to you?
Several resonant circuits in a row are needed. In the early 1900s, radios had dials, several of them, that all had to be tuned at the same spot. In 1916, the superheterodyne radio was invented, and all radios since have been superheterodyne. The superheterodyne receiver fixes its reception at one frequency. It's 455,000 cycles per second for AM radios. At the antenna end, a circuit converts the station of interest to that intermediate frequency. This saves having to adjust several resonant circuits in concert. They're fixed at the factory. You might have tuned a guitar by listening to the beat note you get from two similar notes. When you tune
I really don't think you're strong enough now.
Not good. Not good at all. There's the moon once again.
Earth is flat. I personally watched him fall off the edge of the flat Earth. Now look, what I'm about to tell you is classified. You tell anyone. I will bust your ass down to parade detail. I'm in on that, okay? You bet on that. That's permanent horseshit patrol. Okay? Everyone's telling lies. Yeah, but listen, I'm not from West Covina. I'm with the Flat Earth community. Oh, man. I mean, shh. They're all hiding Flat Earth. I can't believe I didn't notice. What? It is? I mean, it doesn't seem like it's flat. You gotta believe me, man. NASA hiding all this shit going on here. That's why they sent me here. Super Flat Earther here. They say go in there, investigate. Do what you do. Find another Flat Earther. Y'all Flat Earth up as a team and crack down on this shit. Crack it down. And that's what I'm here to do. I mean, are we the only guys to know about it? I mean, we're in the shit now. Oh, man. Shh.
We'll talk. I'm a sucker for good conversation.
I don't want to talk to you. Now you bring in the television cameras in here now. Come on, bring them in. I want to talk about Flat Earth.
Can't do that.
Why?
I don't deal with flat earthers. I put them away.
The Earth ain't round, man. I'm a hero. You're looking at a Flat Earther. I'm a hero of Flat Earth.
You're a disease, and I'm the cure.
I'm gonna make your Flat Earth head explode all over this field. The Earth ain't flat. I said the Earth ain't flat.
I really don't think you're strong enough now.
Of something that you experience in reality is a failure on their part. So this still works. This is still fine for like the first quarter of your curvature kind of thing. Especially in terms of perspective and all that kind of thing. Like I used to half it. I used to consider that if I were sort of thing. $500 mile. 0 to 500. So 250 is about there. I'd say that's where I'd mark it to. So if I were looking there, I'd be looking through that much hump. I'd try and draw a line connecting from that to that point. So that's curved, that one that's there. So my line would come underneath it, and then I'd try and gauge how much height is on there and stuff like that. I did it for that salt flats video. I kind of halved, you know, it's like for 100 miles. I'll half it to 50. It's a mile's worth of drop for 100 mile. So like I half that to half a mile, right? And then still look at the salt flats, and you've still got like a massive swell of water which is missing, you know what I mean, and stuff like. So it doesn't matter. You can go in favour of the globe as many as, you know, give it as many free shots as it likes in a sense and stuff like that. It doesn't really matter because it still doesn't stand up to its scrutiny. But yeah, I just wanted to throw it out there. Thanks for listening. Cheers.
Ever pondered if the earth beneath your feet could be flat instead of a sphere? Imagine living in a time when that was the prevailing belief. Let's rewind to ancient civilizations, a time when the concept of a spherical planet was as strange as aliens eating pizza on Mars. Our journey begins with the Mesopotamians, the cradle of civilization. Their cosmology was simple. Earth was a flat disk, surrounded by a cosmic ocean. To them, the sky was a solid dome, and the stars were merely ornaments on this celestial ceiling. Next, let's travel to the land of the pharaohs. The ancient Egyptians also perceived the earth as flat, yet their version had a twist. They envisioned it as a rectangular box, with mountains at the edges, supporting the firmament above. Now cross the Mediterranean to ancient Greece. Yes, they're famous for proposing a spherical earth. But remember, not all Greeks agreed. Many, including Homer, the epic poet, describe the Earth as a flat, circular disk surrounded by a world-encircling river, Oceanus. These beliefs weren't just isolated pockets of thought. From China to the Americas, the concept of a flat Earth was widespread. People relied on their senses and the world around them to form these theories. Look out to the horizon, it appears flat, doesn't it? And don't we all feel like we're standing on a flat surface? These simple observations fueled the belief in a flat Earth. But why was this belief so prevalent? Well, it's not that our ancestors were less intelligent. They simply lacked the tools and knowledge we possess today. Their understanding of the world was based on what they could see and feel. They had no telescopes to observe the stars, no satellites to capture images of our planet from space. Their world was what they could see and touch, and in their world, the Earth was flat. So, in the eyes of our ancestors, the Earth was a giant flat disk floating in the cosmos. As we'll see, it took a paradigm shift in thinking and revolutionary scientific evidence to challenge and change this ancient belief. But that's a story for our next scene. But then, something shifted in our understanding of the world. A new perspective began to take shape, quite literally. As our ancestors peered into the vast expanse of the sky, they began to notice patterns and behaviors that didn't quite align with the flat Earth model. Observations made from high altitudes began to reveal a slight curve to the horizon, an observation that would come to be one of the earliest indications of our planet's true shape. The celestial bodies that adorn the night sky also started to tell a different story. The way these bodies moved and behaved suggested that they were orbiting a spherical body, not moving across the flat plane of a disk. The moon, our closest celestial neighbor, presented a consistent curve in its illuminated portion, hinting at the spherical nature of the objects in our universe. Further evidence came from the adventurous souls who dared to venture beyond their familiar surroundings. As they traveled, they noticed that the stars in the night sky changed, with new constellations appearing and others disappearing. This phenomenon could only be explained if the Earth was a sphere. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence was the measurement of the Earth's circumference. Around 240 BC, the Greek philosopher Eratosthenes made a remarkably accurate calculation of the Earth's size. He observed the angle of the sun's rays at two different locations and used this information to calculate the circumference of the Earth. His calculation, which was astonishingly close to the modern-day value, further confirmed the spherical model. Slowly but surely, the evidence began to mount, and the spherical Earth model started to gain momentum. The observations made from high altitudes, the behavior of celestial bodies, and the measurements of the Earth's circumference all pointed to one conclusion: the Earth was not a flat disk, but a round sphere. So the sphere eventually trumped the disk in the eyes of science. The shift was profound. It changed not only our understanding of our planet, but also our place within the cosmos. Yet, as we'll soon discover, not everyone would be so quick to let the flat Earth model fade into the annals of history. Yet, even with all this evidence, the flat Earth theory refuses to sink into oblivion. In the modern era, this ancient belief has found new life, breathing through the interconnected veins of the internet and social media. These platforms have served as a fertile ground for the resurgence and spread of flat Earth theories, reaching corners of the globe that ancient civilizations could only dream of. Today's flat Earth proponents, much like their ancient counterparts, rely heavily on what they perceive with their own senses. They often cite misinterpretations of visual observations as evidence. For instance, they'll argue that the horizon appears flat to the naked eye, or point out that aircraft don't seem to adjust for curvature when flying long distances. Trust, or rather mistrust, plays a substantial role in the modern flat Earth narrative. Many flat earthers harbor a deep-seated skepticism of established scientific institutions. They believe these organizations are part of a grand conspiracy, intent on suppressing the truth about our planet's shape. This distrust often extends to governments, which they accuse of fabricating space missions and doctoring satellite images to maintain the illusion of a spherical Earth. However, their arguments falter when faced with scientific scrutiny. The visual observations they rely on can be explained by understanding the limitations of human perception and the scale of the Earth. Their distrust of institutions, while an emotionally compelling narrative, does not negate the overwhelming scientific evidence supporting a round Earth. Yet these pseudoscientific arguments continue to fuel the flat Earth movement, creating a fascinating paradox of belief in the face of contrary evidence. It's a testament to the power of conviction and the enduring appeal of alternative narratives. Intriguing, isn't it? How, despite all the scientific evidence, some still hold on to the belief of a flat Earth. But have these flat Earth claims gone unchallenged? Not quite. In the face of the flat Earth theory's resurgence, science has not been silent. Various experiments and observations have been conducted to debunk these claims, providing compelling evidence for the Earth's curvature. One such experiment involves the use of lasers. By shooting a laser beam over a body of water, we can observe whether the beam remains level with the surface or if it appears to rise or fall. If the Earth were flat, the beam would remain level. However, repeated observations show the laser beam rising relative to the surface, indicating a curvature. Another observation involves ships disappearing over the horizon. Have you ever noticed how a ship gradually sinks out of sight as it sails away from shore? First the hull disappears, then the middle of the ship, and finally the top of the mast. This is not because the ship is sinking, but because it's moving over the Earth's curve. If the Earth were flat, the entire ship would shrink into the distance, remaining fully in view until it became too small to see. And let's not forget about satellite imagery. Thanks to advancements in technology, we've been able to capture images of our planet from space. These images consistently show a round Earth. Some flat Earth theorists argue that these images are doctored or outright fakes, but this claim ignores the rigorous scientific process and independent verification involved in capturing and processing these images. Lastly, measurements of the Earth's circumference have been conducted since ancient times. From Eratosthenes in the 3rd century BC to modern-day measurements using GPS technology, the results have consistently supported a spherical Earth. These experiments and observations, along with countless others, provide compelling evidence that the Earth is not flat but a sphere. So the sphere continues to hold its ground against the disk. Yet the debate is far from settled. Despite the mountain of scientific evidence supporting a spherical Earth, there are still those who question, who doubt, and who debate. The idea of a flat Earth, once thought to be a relic of ancient civilizations, persists in certain communities today. These are individuals who, for one reason or another, remain unconvinced by the overwhelming empirical evidence. They continue to advocate for alternative theories, challenging the mainstream scientific consensus. They cite misinterpretations of visual observations, distrust of established scientific institutions, and even conspiracy theories alleging a global cover-up by governments and scientific organizations. In a world where information is at our fingertips, these debates take on a life of their own. They thrive in the echo chambers of the internet, gaining visibility and support through social media platforms. They spark curiosity, ignite discussions, and fuel a seemingly endless cycle of debate. But why does this matter? It matters because it is a testament to the human spirit of inquiry, evidence of our insatiable thirst for knowledge, no matter how far-fetched the ideas might be. It matters because it's a reminder that science is not a set of beliefs, but a process of discovery, a journey towards truth. And so, the debate continues. The sphere and the disk, it seems, are destined to clash in the minds of some. Despite the science, despite the evidence, the question lingers. Is the Earth flat or round? So, what shape does the Earth take in your mind? We've journeyed from the ancient flat Earth beliefs, through the emergence of a spherical Earth model, to modern-day flat Earth theories. We've delved into the debunking of these claims, yet the debate persists. No matter the overwhelming scientific evidence, some minds continue to explore alternatives. That's the intriguing world we live in. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the intriguing world of conspiracy theories and mysteries.
Have you really thought about what it would take to fake a moon landing? There's hardware there. They're like office buildings of blueprints, engineering hours that went behind this, and the records of those designs.
In 2005, these three people believed for 5 days they were astronauts, 200 kilometers above the Earth's surface on a Russian space shuttle. They were actually in a state-of-the-art Hollywood simulator in an aircraft hangar in England.
Solid rocket boosters have ignited.
Come on, Bill! Filmed at a cost of £4.5 million, it was the most elaborate television hoax of all time.
An illusion David Copperfield would be proud of.
A hoax that required completely transforming an ex-US Air Force base into a fictitious Russian space camp. State-of-the-art engineering, simulator, and sound design, straight from the world of Hollywood.
On the launch, we have a hydraulic ram which lifts up.
An army of actors trained to improvise for every eventuality.
You could tell this group anything about space, and they would believe you.
And they did.
Gravity is like just about anything else. You can actually control it.
This is the story of the most elaborate and expensive practical joke you've probably never heard of. This is the story of the Space Cadets.
So how was this possible? Why didn't they suspect something was amiss? Well, the answer might lie in a 70-year-old experiment.
Group dynamics are one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. In 1951, psychologist Solomon Asch conducted a series of social conformity experiments, exploring how individuals' opinions are influenced by the group around them. Participants thought they were taking part in a visual perception test to match the line on the left
and determine which of the 3 lines on the right is equal to it in length.
In reality, everyone else in the room was an actor, under instructions on certain questions to unanimously choose the incorrect answer. 75% of those taking part gave at least one incorrect response.
2.
Not necessarily because they believed it was right, but because they were potentially thrown off or yielded to the pressure of the group. From this candid camera stunt in 1962, where unwitting participants entered a lift, only to be surrounded by undercover actors who all insisted on facing the rear. In many ways, Space Cadets, with its immersive alternative reality, an army of actors in authority roles,
Imagine it's you in there. Why wouldn't you believe it?
was the ultimate conformity experiment. After 3 whole weeks of needless exercise, 65 hours of somewhat true lecture, and a final exam, all the cadets passed out.
You are all now potential space tourists.
The first stage of the illusion was complete. The second would be much harder. After all, how do you convince someone they're blasting off into space without ever leaving the ground? Well, you talk to the experts, Hollywood experts.
This is Britt Price. His California-based WonderWorks are the leading special effects company when it comes to replica spacecraft. If you want to create the illusion of space, they are the people to build it. Their replica space shuttle cockpit had previously been used in blockbuster films such as Deep Impact and Space Cowboys. Using that as a starting point, they got to work converting it into a fully fledged space simulator. A giant screen 7 meters tall and 20 meters wide would provide a vivid IMAX-style image of planet Earth out of the front-facing windows.
It's Space Gym, but not as you know it.
Huge pneumatic airbags would be programmed to keep the simulator moving 24 hours a day.
About a half an hour, I find that I need to get my land legs back.
And during liftoff, a giant hydraulic ram would lift the entire front section of the shuttle. And then they needed noise, lots of it, so they recruited top Hollywood sound designer Dean Andre. Concealing 40 speakers throughout the walls and ceilings of the set to create the sound of the launch, he combined recordings from an actual shuttle launch, an F-14 fighter.
We're taking off, the rockets kick in, and boom.
I'm actually feeling like you're taking off. This is impressive.
But there was still one gigantic black hole-sized omission from the whole experience. Weightlessness.
We can tell them what we want.
They were told it wouldn't be a vertical takeoff.
This craft cannot take you into deep space. That it's unlikely you'll experience weightlessness.
They were then given a backstage tour of the shuttle hangar they'd be blasting off from the next day.
Oh my God!
More smoke and mirrors, in this case literally to disguise the fact there wasn't actually a real spacecraft for them to see, making do with a hastily assembled nose cone and some movie magic special effects.
The first 4 British astronauts in space.
3, 2, 1, 0. Solid rocket boosters have ignited.
Come on, Bill!
The launch astonishingly went as planned.
We're doing 28,000 kilometers per hour right now. This is amazing. This is amazing. We are going so fast.
And while their bodies weren't experiencing the G-force you'd expect if you're actually launching into space.
No G-force, so you didn't sort of like kind of just sit back like that. Feels like we're still on the ground.
When Drew says, right, we're in space now, I was like, what?
They were quickly pushed to the back of their minds with this incredible moment where the view out of the cockpit was revealed and the cadets looked down at what they thought was the curvature of the Earth for the first time.
It's absolutely amazing. We've just seen the Earth. Like, I can't even believe I'm saying that sentence. We're just so happy.
The challenge was, having made 3 members of the public genuinely believe they're in space, where do you go from there?
I kind of feel like it's not real. Are we actually in space?
But how would the cadets on board fare when it was revealed their historical accomplishment was just a big and expensive joke?
Hello there, Billy, Kerry, Paul.
A tape played back to them in the capsule their own suspicions.
Everything feels a bit caravan-y.
To give them one last chance to work it out for themselves.
We could just be in a simulator at the moment.
Oh, no.
I knew it! Oh my God, how heartbreaking.
I knew it!
It's time to come home.
What?
Meanwhile, stagehands transported the pod into the studio.
No!
Before the doors were finally flung open.
Oh, no!
It's fair to say their initial reactions made for slightly uncomfortable viewing at the time.
I'm a little bit broken-hearted.
You're not actually in Russia at all. That's the big thing. You're in England. You've actually gone through things that we'll never experience here. You've known what it's like to believe you're looking at the Earth. I'll never have that.
For me, one of the joys of television, it's one of the few mediums where budget, ambition, scale, spectacle can all come together, not necessarily to change the world, but to launch someone into fictional space. And that's kind of sad.
If you wanted to fake the moon landing, you would have to fake all of these documents. And it just seems to me it's way easier to just go to the moon. Has anyone considered that? Just go to the moon. That's easier than faking all of this.
2023, humankind will once again head to the moon. The first civilian lunar mission, Dear Moon. This mission will be spearheaded by Japanese entrepreneur Yu. And today, he is announcing a new challenge for his future crew.
はい、皆さんこんにちは。ディアムーンプロジェクトの主催者であります MG こと前澤友作です。今日は僕の自宅からお届けしてるんですが、これ皆さん知ってますか？長谷川東博っていう日本を代表する作家の、代表作です。今日は約2年ぶりになりますけれども、ディアムーンプロジェクトで大きな発表があります。結論から言います。同乗者を募集します。8名。世界中から今回募集します。全員でおそらく10名から12名の旅になるんですけれども、そのうちのなんと8名を募集しちゃおうじゃないかっていう発表です。今から2年後、2023年中を予定してます。で、ご存知の通りスペース X 社の現在開発中のスターシップっていうロケットに乗って行くことになります。で、月に行くまで3日間で、月の裏側を通って戻ってくるのに3日間。費用は僕が全部出します。もうチケットは全部買ってますし、もう貸し切りの船になりますんで、そこに10人から12人乗っていくことになりますけれど、みんなで楽しい旅にしたいなと思います。当初ですね、2年前、僕はこう言ってました。世界中のアーティストの皆さんにお声掛けして一緒に行こう、そんな旅にしたいと、こういう発表してましたけれども、ちょっとだけ変わりました。なんで変わったか、アーティストって一体誰のこと言ってんだろうって分かんなくなりました。歌を歌ってればいいのか、ダンスをしてればいいのか、本を書いてればいいのか、どういう人が一体アーティストなんだろうっていうふうにちょっと分かんなくなりまして、もしかしたら世界中で何かしらこうクリエイティブな活動をしている人、こういう人を全てアーティストって言ったっていいじゃないかっていうふうに、そんなふうに思うようになったんですね。で、そういう意味でもっともっと世界中の多くの方々にチャンスを与えられるんじゃないかって。
Let's see what Elon Musk has to say about the Dear Moon mission.
What's really significant about the Dear Moon mission is that it'll be the first private space flight, first commercial space flight with humans beyond Earth orbit. So this has never occurred before, and in fact, we're going to go past the moon. So it will actually end up being further. This mission, we expect people will go further than any human has ever gone from planet Earth. So I think this will be very exciting for people to tune in and watch this and enjoy it vicariously. And I know that Miyazawa was also providing places on the ship for artists and others to join. So he wants this to be something that is exciting and inspiring for the whole world.
僕が一番楽しみにしているのは、自分の生まれた故郷、この地球を丸く、そして青く輝くこの地球を自分の目で確かめることです。そして月からぐるっと回って、出てくる時にですね、アースライズという現象がもしかしたら見れるかもしれません。サンライズと同じように地球がまるでこう日の出のように月の端からこう浮き上がってくる、そんな光景を目にした時、どんな感動が待ってるんでしょうか。3つあります。1つ目、好奇心です。まだ見たことのないもの、 行ったことのない場所に行きたいっていうこの好奇心を満たしたい。2つ目、地球の素晴らしさを改めて感じたい。自分の生まれ育った地球、偉大な地球、ここに改めて感謝したい。3つ目、自分の小ささ、自分の未熟さ、これを改めて実感したい。ちょっと怖いです。けどそんなことより好奇心が上回るし、イーロンはじめスペース X チームの技術、チームワークを信頼してます。それはイーロン・マスクに聞いてください。
Yes, I'm highly confident that we will have reached orbit many times with Starship before 2023, and that it will be safe enough for human transport by 2023. It's looking very, very promising. Yeah, I think for sure anyone who is interested in joining on this mission, I think they'll love it. This will be historic, and I think very fun and interesting and inspiring and exciting. Great.
多様な方々からの応募をお待ちしています。今どんなことをしていても構いません。自分が何か人や社会の役に立ちたいんだ、自分のクリエイティブな活動を何か大きく飛躍させたいんだ、そう思う方は、どしどしご応募ください。ありがとうございました。
Every year, the global production of toothpaste tubes reaches staggering numbers, with billions manufactured worldwide. Toothpaste, designed to effectively clean teeth, surprisingly relies on hard minerals such as rock in its composition. The interesting process of transforming these robust minerals into a soft, mint-flavored paste, complete with colorful stripes, is unveiled as we take a tour of the Colgate factory, one of the world's most renowned toothpaste brands. Colgate, a pioneer in dental care, traces its origins back to the early 19th century when William Colgate, an English immigrant, laid the foundation for what would become a globally recognized oral care brand. Starting with soap and candle production in 1806, Colgate's commitment to quality and innovation led to the expansion of its product line, eventually venturing into toothpaste production in the mid-19th century. By the mid-19th century, the company began manufacturing perfumed soaps and toothpaste, a product that would be key to its future success. The introduction of toothpaste in tubes in 1873 marked a significant leap in personal dental hygiene, making it more accessible and convenient. At that time, paste was sold in jars and was not as accessible or convenient as in tube form. Colgate's focus on scientific research to improve its products led to the development of more effective and pleasant toothpaste. Throughout the 20th century, the brand continued to innovate, introducing products like fluoride toothpaste, a significant advancement in the fight against dental cavities. Colgate's global expansion gained momentum, propelling it to a leadership position in the oral hygiene market. The brand's influence spread across numerous countries, establishing itself as a household essential for millions of people worldwide. Today, modern toothpaste offers a range of benefits, including teeth whitening and protection against gum diseases and cavities. The manufacturing process is a fascinating blend of chemical and mechanical procedures that begin with the combination of abrasive substances like rock and sand, which are the essential ingredients of dental cleaning. The manufacturing of the toothpaste takes place in facilities like the one at the Colgate plant in New Jersey. As the day kicks off, a kind of industrial choreography takes place in this factory, where a staggering 1 million toothpaste tubes are manufactured every day. The ingredients for toothpaste arrive at the factory in trucks like the one shown here. Given the enormous global demand for toothpaste, factories like this one are bustling with activity to meet the needs of consumers worldwide. The factory receives the primary components that will form the foundation of the toothpaste. These ingredients typically include sodium fluoride as a cavity-preventing agent, abrasives like silica and calcium carbonate, or baking soda for mechanical cleaning. The transformation begins with the unloading of sacks that within a few hours will be transformed into valuable toothpaste. Water, serving as the solvent, dissolves all these materials. Flavorings are added to provide taste and odor, colorants for aesthetics, foaming agents, binders for consistency, pH regulators, humectants to prevent the paste from drying, and preservatives to extend its shelf life. These seemingly complex chemicals work together with a straightforward objective: protecting teeth from cavities. Precise quantities of each chemical are measured in large containers. Achieving the right measurements is a difficult task, considering that some are used in tons while others in kilograms. After being carefully weighed and dosed, the ingredients are blended in a high-capacity mixer. This specialized machinery is designed to ensure the uniform and consistent mixing of the components. At this point, powerful mixers come into action, able to blend substantial quantities at an incredible speed, handling 5 tons in just 5 minutes. These machines not only crush coarse ingredients, but also efficiently mix them with millimeter precision, incorporating a gel to create a uniform mixture. The core of the process features enormous stirrers spinning at a speed of 2,500 revolutions per minute. This high rotation speed allows for efficient mixing and blending of the toothpaste ingredients. In the tanks, the blended mixture takes on a consistency similar to dough. Once the ingredients are fully combined, the mixture is moved for the cooking phase. It undergoes heating in large aluminum pots to prevent any unwanted chemical reactions within the toothpaste mixture. Each batch produces enough toothpaste to fill around 30,000 tubes. Precision is of utmost importance during this stage. The mixture must be precisely balanced to prevent the formation of lumps that could impact the final quality of the toothpaste. Upon opening the boiler, it looks like a large bowl filled with icing. Inside, spatulas are used to scrape off any excess sticking to the mixer blades. Once the toothpaste attains the desired consistency, it begins a journey through pipelines until it reaches a pressurized chamber, prepared to be packaged into tubes. However, a crucial detail is yet to be added: the stripes. Following this, the next step involves adding color to the paste. Although it doesn't contain active ingredients, this mixture will form the famous multicolored stripes. Inserting these stripes without staining the rest of the white paste is quite a challenge. The solution to this is found in a laboratory where experts ensure consistency by conducting viscosity tests. These tests guarantee that the stripes remain intact and that the paste flows seamlessly from the tube to the brush. Toothpaste is available in a variety of colors and flavors, with mint being one of the most popular and familiar. Chemists add this and other flavors to the mixture using essential oils. By blending different amounts of various oils, chemists can replicate nearly any flavor they desire. A specialized testing department dedicates hours each day to testing new flavors, ensuring thorough checks for each batch. Any variation in viscosity could have significant consequences, highlighting the importance of this phase in the process. The careful work is finalized with the verification that the shipment meets viscosity standards. Yet, there's one last secret: inserting the stripes into the tubes. This mystery is solved with separate dispensers that ensure their placement without interference. Toothpaste is then pumped through pipes to the filling machine, which accurately doses and evenly distributes the paste in each tube. Different colors enter the system through separate pipes. Remarkably, the machine can fill 180 tubes per minute. Although the machine injects the 3 pastes side by side without physical separation, the viscosity of the paste prevents them from mixing. Precisely 70 grams of toothpaste is dispensed into each tube. After filling each tube with the correct amount, they are tightly sealed, guaranteeing the freshness and protection of the product from external contaminants. Once the batch is completed, a sample is taken for evaluation to ensure quality control. But how does this clean your teeth? Toothpaste achieves teeth cleaning through 2 main mechanisms: chemical and mechanical. Certain substances in toothpaste react with bacteria and debris on the teeth, breaking them down and promoting oral hygiene. The second method involves a mechanical action. Tiny solid particles disperse around the teeth as you brush. Regarding the final packaging process, the tubes are arranged on the conveyor belt in groups of 15, and the machine rotates each tube to position the mark correctly. This step is crucial to ensure that the tubes are sealed properly. Otherwise, they may be sealed in an irregular manner. Once filled, sealed, and marked, the tubes are organized into boxes, prepared for packing and shipment to distribution and retail outlets.
What is the Earth like? In a city, it seems like the Earth is covered with concrete. In a suburb, much of the Earth seems to be covered with grass. In the woods, the Earth seems to be covered with trees. Along an ocean, well, you can see that our view of the Earth depends a lot on where we are. The Earth is so big, we see only a small part of it from any one place on the ground. Let's see if we can get a better view of what the Earth is like. From way up high, the horizon, the line where the Earth and sky meet, looks straight. It almost seems as though the Earth is flat. Yet we know it isn't, because we've seen what the Earth looks like from even farther away. The horizon looks slightly curved now. From out in space, we see the Earth as a giant ball, something like a globe. On a globe, it's easy to see large masses of land and water. From a spaceship, we also see large masses of land and water. Which do you suppose there's more of, water or land? On a globe, we can tell more easily because there are no clouds to block our view. Much of the Earth is hidden by clouds. Clouds are part of the Earth's atmosphere. Atmosphere. That's what we call the mass of air that surrounds the Earth. It gives off a blue glow in the sunlight. From the Earth, we see it as blue sky. Is the atmosphere important? Would you want to live on a planet without an atmosphere? Clouds, we know, are part of the atmosphere. Clouds are made up of millions upon millions of tiny droplets of water. When these droplets get big and heavy, they fall as rain. Rain provides water needed by plants. Plants also need gases from the atmosphere. Do people need gases from the atmosphere? What about animals? Do animals breathe gases from the atmosphere? What else does the atmosphere have to do with things on the Earth? The atmosphere acts upon other parts of the Earth, on the land and on the water. Movements in the air cause movements in the water. Much of the Earth's surface is covered by large bodies of water, the oceans. You can probably think of all kinds of animals that live in the ocean. If you've ever swum in ocean water, you know that it's salty. You can feel it in your eyes. Ocean water is called salt water. Do you know what this kind of water is called? Water in a pond or lake is fresh water. This is fresh water too. So is this. Water is not always liquid. When it gets very cold, it freezes, forming ice or snow. Peaks of tall mountains are usually capped with ice and snow. Even ocean water freezes, forming pack ice. But most ocean water stays liquid, even in parts of the Earth where the weather is cold throughout the year. While most of the Earth is covered by water, the part we're more familiar with is dry land. There are more people living on some parts of the land than on others. Many people live and work on this land. Fewer people live on this land. Not many people live on this land. And almost no one lives here. Looking across the surface of the Earth, we get a good idea of what it's like on the outside. What about inside the Earth, below the surface? What does the Earth look like where the surface has been cut away? Miners dig into the Earth for materials such as coal and iron. But mostly what they find is rock. Rock that seems to go down as far as they can dig. A volcano can give us a clue as to what it's like even deeper inside the Earth. A volcano is formed from lava. Lava is rock. Rock that has become so hot it flows like a liquid. The rock comes from deep inside the Earth. This gives us an idea of what the inside of the Earth might be like. Scientists believe that if we could cut the Earth open to look, we would find that it's made up of layers, something like this. The outer layer of the Earth, made of the solid rock we have seen, is just a few miles thick. It's called the Earth's crust. Below the crust is another layer, which is much thicker, called the mantle. The mantle is believed to be made of heavier rock. Below the mantle is the Earth's core. Scientists think that much of the core may be made up of molten rock, rock so hot that it has melted, something like the lava we saw. But no one has ever seen the inside of the Earth, and scientists do not all agree on exactly what the inside of the Earth is like. They need more information to help them decide. There is much yet to learn, much yet to find out about what the Earth is like below its surface. There is much yet to find out about the large part that's underwater. Many parts of the oceans have yet to be explored. The same goes for the Earth's atmosphere. men are still exploring and studying the round Earth, learning more about what it's like.
The thing about the whole flat Earth, round Earth thing, like, why people care if people believe in the Earth the way the Bible describes it? Why do people get so mad about that?
Does the Bible describe it as flat?
Yeah,
it does.
With the dome, the firmament, and everything.
Oh, that's news to me.
That's new. You never read the Bible?
No.
That's the problem.
That is a problem. That's why I go to hell.
So why do people get mad at people if they just describe the Earth the way the oldest history book describes it?
Yeah. So does this mean you think it's flat?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Whoa.
I just don't talk about it because it's like something like Einstein said, you know, saying to a dumb motherfucker, ignorant motherfucker sound dumb. So I was like,
I get it, dude. I love it.
I don't.
Here's my thing. I don't give a like. If you think there's flat, do you though?
Yeah.
I don't know why people care. Like, as long as you're not like some crazy woke left person, we good, baby.
Yeah.
Or you drive a Tesla, dude. Other than that, we good.
Even I believe in. I can't stand when people push it on other people.
Do you know the one thing about flat Earth that does trip me out? Google images of satellites. Do it.
Literally that images.
Yeah,
of
be like satellite. Type in a satellite. Just like type in satellite. Like you'll see no.
The moon landing's a little weird.
You'll see no. There's all like they're just all.
There's no real pictures.
They're all
like, graphics.
Yeah, dude. Not a single one is not. This is the one thing that tripped me out. I'm not gonna lie. They're all just like renders.
Why?
It's true.
Why do you think?
This is the one. I'm gonna say this is the one thing that trips me out. I've never seen a satellite that was real. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is very strange now that you bring that up. Here's my thing. Why would they want to sell us on Earth being round? What's the benefit? The sun's clearly round. The moon's clearly round. So Earth is just in the same solar system. Why would they? Why are they selling us on round?
Because it's not only just. It's not. That's not the only thing they're selling you on. They're selling you on space as well. That's why you thinking like that, because you thinking outer space and all those other planets and stuff
real?
like that. Yeah, huh?
You don't think they're real? You don't think sun's real?
No. Sun is real. The sun and the moon is real.
Okay,
but outer space is not.
Yeah, because we haven't seen. Then what is it? What are we doing?
It's water over the firmament. Is water
over the firmament? He's talking.
We're in the ocean right now.
We under the firmament, under the dome, and there's water over the firmament. Firmament says it in the Bible. The outer space is there's no such thing.
There's no such thing as outer space.
No, and that's the whole thing that got you tricked and why you think the other planets and stuff. The planets are wandering stars that you think about.
So you think all that like them going to Mars stuff is all?
How they going to the Mars? Why they don't put the same rover on the moon so we can watch the Earth spin right now? How they gonna go to Mars?
We're talking about building a society on Mars, right?
Yeah. How they? Why they doing that? Why they ain't got the same thing on the moon right now though?
Yeah.
How they gonna go to Mars?
Like the whole thing is like we never went back to the moon, right?
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't want to get in that debate because
I'm just saying.
It's entertaining.
I know it's entertaining,
but
but this is the thing. This is
out above my pay
I'm telling you
grade.
why I don't want to get into it, because some of my close friends, they're the only ones I have conversations with, and their comebacks to me about the stuff. I know why they have such a closed mind, because I was just like that. You want to know what changed me to actually go back to the Bible, research, and believe in flat Earth.
What are you gonna say about?
This is what changed me when I looked into emergency landings. Something simple as that. That's what changed me to go more to like, oh yeah. Then I went to the Bible and started reading with the Bible. You know, I used to be a Christian, so I was like, oh, I've read this stuff before, but we think of it different. I went there. Now I look at the Old Testament like a history book. And so I went and read it, and like a history book, I was like, oh, okay, it broke everything down for me. But if you look into whenever you have time, just look into emergency landings.
What do you mean by emergency landing?
Like when say somebody's flying from Asia coming to LA,
yeah, and,
and like if it's an emergency or something, and then see like the way they land, and then you gonna think like, wow, that's not an emergency landing. They went all the way out the way, and then you got to break down why did they do that? Why they go all the way out the way, and they say it's an emergency landing. That's what changed my mind.
Why would they go all the way?
Exactly. That's the point.
Exactly.
But why would that prove that there's this flat if you go out of the way?
Because if it was an emergency, a real emergency, wouldn't you go somewhere closer?
Wouldn't you go somewhere closer?
And not somewhere out of the way?
And you're saying since it's flat, they go out of the way?
No. On a globe, when we see the emergency landing on the globe, it don't make sense.
Oh, because it's like this.
Yeah, so it's
like
farther away.
Yeah.
So common sense would tell me that we're being lied to about the geography of our things.
Why lie to us about the Earth being round, though?
That's the big question. It's like some of my friends, when it comes up and stuff like that, I don't push it on people when it comes up, and they ask me, I just say how I feel. And some people get mad. Some people get really angry.
Because that's what they're taught. It's the same thing if you argue with someone with religion.
Yeah.
Like you're like, how do you know there was Jesus? Bro. Well, you gotta have faith.
Right.
They get upset because that's their, you know, that's how they're raised. So you're going against their values and traditions.
You're challenging something so ingrained.
It's also, and it goes so deep. Like if you challenge, you know, what government, like all that whole system.
Yeah.
Because it's been around
we
for
know that's
hundreds of
fucking
years.
crazy, though.
Insane,
It's
dude.
fucking taxes are crazy.
Nuts,
it's all a
dude.
thing.
Nuts.
It's just,
you think with him talking flat Earth?
100%.
No, I don't know.
It's a big movement, right?
Mark my word.
Hey, a lot of people are waking up to it now.
Mark my
A lot of
words.
people waking up.
Interesting.
The Earth is flat.
If a person believes that the Earth is flat, you can't talk him out of that. He knows it's flat. Look out of the window and see it. Obviously, it looks flat. Well, let's go and find the edge. And in order to find the edge, you've got to be very careful not to walk in circles, so you'll never find it that way. So we've got to go consistently in a straight line. But that's the only way that'll teach it. Because people can't be talked out of illusions. Well, for example, let's see how in other ways you might realize this. Most people think when they open their eyes and look around that what they are seeing is outside. It seems, doesn't it, that you are behind your eyes. And that behind the eyes there is a blank. You can't see it all. Turn around, there's something else in front of you. But behind the eyes there seems to be something that has no color. It isn't dark, it isn't light, it's just, it's there from a tactile standpoint. You can feel it with your fingers, although you don't get inside it. But what is that behind your eyes, you see? Well, actually, when you look out there and see all these people and things sitting around, that's how it feels inside your head. The color of this room is back here in the nervous system, where the optical nerves are at the back of the head. It's in there. It's what you're experiencing. What you see out here is a neurological experience. Now, if that hits you, and you feel sensuously that that's so, you may think that then therefore, the external world is all inside my skull. But you've got to correct that with the thought that your skull is also in the external world. So you suddenly begin to feel, well, wow, what a kind of a situation is this? It's inside me, and I'm inside it, and it's inside me, and I'm inside it. But that's the way it is. This is what you could call transaction, rather than interaction, between the individual and the world.
So then, here's the drama. My metaphysics, let me be perfectly frank with you, are that there is the central self. You can call it God, you can call it anything you like. And it's all of us. It's playing all the parts of all beings whatsoever, everywhere and anywhere. And it's playing the game of hide and seek with itself. It gets lost, it gets involved in the farthest out adventures, but in the end, it always wakes up and comes back to itself. And when you're ready to wake up, you're going to wake up. And if you're not ready, you're going to stay pretending that you're just a poor little me. And since you're all here and engaged in this sort of inquiry and listening to this sort of lecture, I assume that you're all on the process of waking up. Or else you're teasing yourselves with some kind of flirtation with waking up, which you're not serious about. But I assume maybe you are not serious but sincere, that you are ready to wake up.
So if a person believes that the earth is flat, you can't talk him out of that. He knows it's flat.
Fear before him all the earth. The world also shall be stable, that it be not moved.
On here. That's why they sent me here. Alright? Super flat earther here. They say go in there, investigate. Do what you do. Find another flat earther. Y'all flat earth up as a team.
In the heliocentric model of the universe, our sun is at the center of a solar system, orbited by the planets in the order of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Due to this arrangement, as you can see in the following image, since Mercury and Venus are situated closer to the sun than the Earth, an observer on Earth would have to always be facing the sun in order to view them. If an Earth observer was on the dark half, facing away from the sun, it would of course be impossible to see Mercury or Venus, because the entire mass of the globe Earth they believe they're standing on would be in the way, blocking their ability to see Mercury, Venus, and the sun. Naysayers will claim that seeing these luminaries before dawn or after dusk is due to some perfect angle achieved where the sun is being totally blocked by their ball Earth, but the inner planets are somehow still visible, with hundreds of miles of curved Earth blocking their view to anything on the other side, and no line of sight possible. This is just one of hundreds of such proofs that you are not living on a tilting, wobbling, spinning space ball in a CGI solar system. For an observer on the globe Earth to be able to see Mercury and or Venus at nighttime is simply impossible. As you can see in the following clips, however, and you can find by filming or searching for yourself, depending where and when you're shooting from, Mercury and Venus can and are both visible at night. For hours before dawn and hours after dusk, these luminaries can be seen shining bright with the sun nowhere to be found.
Just can't fool the youth. No time, no day. Can't fool the youth. Just can't fool the youth. No time, no day. Hey, I remember as a youth, I'm going to school. Come and go there so to learn the golden rule. No knowledge in mind, I'm keeping my cool. Never know the mood I try turn me in a fool. The criteria where them teach we as a youth, we twist we and stray we far from the truth. But I'm wise and clever, all full of a dove. I see the dirt away you sleep under your rug. President and council give baby hug. Inoculate the youths and I bring in the most drug. You flood the streets, we don't make no gun. The youths them have nowhere to run. The wicked not gonna lie me, coming and go left the ghetto youth in the dark. We bring them to life. Wicked not gonna fight me, come and chase me everything straight, right up to the Solomonic line. The wicked not gonna like me, come and confess that the captives free. From your brainwash, your lies and your faults, doctrine and police brutality. World government, all out alone. When will you realize? People them realize your lies now. World government, yeah. Open up your eyes, yeah. Guys now, world governments now. Hey, oh, hey, hey, Mr. Parliament. Now, what is your intent now for the people? Yeah, for the people. Hey. all of the riches where you rob. Left the little youth without no food, watch him a starve. Left me parents without no house or with them. I come here to blow away the smoke and the fog. Make you cough up all of the riches where you rob. Left the little youth without no food, watch him a starve. Left me parents without no house or with them. I come here to undo the lies and deception. Whip false leaders with the rod of correction. No plan device and no wicked invention can stop Ben from uplift the nation. The wicked not gonna lie me, coming I go you get to youths in the dark. Bring them to light. Rasta.
Okay. Let's say that you wanted to coordinate with spaceships on different sides of the Earth. I couldn't send a direct signal, right?
You're talking about line of sight.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Curve of the Earth prevents. Curve of the Earth prevents.
And then what?